Okay, after beating the Chicago Bears, it's clear to us that Goff is the man. Now, he's the man
I
when
like that, man. Now,
wait, if everything's pretty good around him, and most quarterbacks in the NFL need that, but when it is good around him, man, he is just proving he is really good. Craig, your thoughts on Goff? I know you and I both were not sure about him. Now we just come on. You have to admit this guy's doing pretty well. What are your thoughts?
can I get full transparency here? Can I get
Mm-hmm.
real on the channel?
Let's get real.
Let's get real. Last night, even though I hate Ohio State, I'm watching Ohio State, and I'm like, if Stroud's around at 7 and that's where we pick, dude looks good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm watching that, and I'm like, he looks good. And then I watched Jared Goff do to an NFL team what CJ Stroud did to a college football team.
That's right.
And I was just absolutely amazed because my comp, Stroud, is Goff, but with legs. Like that to me, like I feel like they have very similar arm talent. They're very accurate, but Stroud just has some legs, and they both struggle under pressure, but they both played so good. And I think he's there. And what have we said, Chris? We said from the beginning, you were the one who famously, the moment we traded for Jared Goff, you're like, what if he's good?
Mm-hmm.
Like he had 2 Pro Bowl years, and he had all this good stuff that happened to him. Then it went bad. What if it's not all Goff? What if some of it's McVay?
Yeah.
And Goff has done, he's absolutely proven that some of it was McVay for all the genius that McVay has. So you got to put the right stuff around him. Got to have a good offensive coordinator for him. You've got to have a good offensive line. You have to have weapons. Well, when he has it, he's been really, not going to swear, darn good.
Mm-hmm.
Like really good.
And you really look around the league. If you're Mahomes, Allen, there's 3 quarterbacks that don't need everything pretty good. Otherwise, you got to have an offensive line. You got to have, you got to have those things. And we have that. And then my whole thing when we got him was,
that's a great point, Chris. How many quarterbacks have proven they can do it without help?
Right.
That are successful right now.
That are truly just, you can think of like Tom Brady in his heyday in 07.
Yeah, of course he could do it, right?
Right. That's about right. You're
but like
looking
you look at the other great players around the league, like Hurts is having a great year. He's stacked with talent, right? I mean, Dak Prescott has had talent. Even Joe Burrow has had a ton of talent around him. It's all these guys that are good. Well, they have a lot of talent. Not all of them have a great offensive line, but they have talent. So you're right. That was a really good point. And I don't want to cut you off. I just wanted to give you some chops and some props on that one because
thank you so much.
That's not a thing, man. I mean, there's just a few quarterbacks in the league that win consistently, even without a ton of talent.
Yeah. And what you're allowing here is you are getting first round picks with Goff, and you're allowing Brad Holmes now to not have to use the resources because you just don't know. You just don't know. And you look at Jalen Hurts, a perfect example. He's a great player. It took him 3 years. We don't have that time. We do not have that time. We've got to establish 28. I don't know how old he is. Goff, 28-year-old. And now you're giving Brad Holmes more. I mean, it's a snowball, right? Now you've got, hey, we're going to get you more help. We're going to get you more playmakers. We've got Jameson Williams. So you just pair up Jared Goff with Brad Holmes, and it just is feeling really good because we've got a lot of young guys playing well. We're playing well, and we've got future picks, and we've got a quarterback. He's 28. For some reason, I think he's older. He is 28. Stafford's 35 and probably out of the league. I mean, that's just how fast things come at you. And
wins the Super Bowl the next year, talking about retirement.
Yep. And it's a nice feeling to have a quarterback. I mean, and you can't blame us when we were 1-6, you're looking for anything. And where do you start? The most important position. Like, I guess he's got to go. And now you think, no, I mean, we're watching it. He's quick. He's got, sorry, I keep rambling here, but I want one last point. When you have a St. Brown type player that when everything's going wrong or you need a play and he's got this connection with a player, it opens everything else up. You've got, he just has a St. Brown connection thing that is like, keep that around for the next 5 years, which we will. Awesome.
Yeah. Keep it around. And one of them on a rookie contract for another 3 years. And I just think, oh my goodness, when you look at Goff, he's doing the things that we were saying in the beginning of the year, like, hey, He's good, but when he has pressure, he's awful. And
Mhm.
it was idiot button. And the idiot button has gone away. He hasn't thrown a pick in 8 games. He hasn't thrown a pick for almost I think it's closing in on 300. It's the most in the league without an interception.
Mhm.
Current active streak. I mean, he's not fumbling the ball. And I know all of this could change next week in Lambeau. I get that. But he has put together an 8-game stretch, half a season, where he has been a top 5 quarterback. He just has.
I
It's really weird to say. And by the way, when you look at the other guys who are top 5 quarterbacks, I get it. We have good weapons. St. Brown is good. He's very good. He's a solid NFL receiver. He's not Stephon Diggs,
Right. Oh,
right?
right.
He's not Jamar Chase. I don't know. Look out. Is he better than Chase? Sorry. I'm just saying, as far as just from a pure physical talent point of view.
Yes.
He's not Jefferson. He's not, but he's still playing at an elite level. The offensive line helps, but I'm amazed at the control. You can have a coordinator who calls great plays, and Ben Johnson is calling some really
Yeah,
stinking good plays, but the quarterback has to know where to go with the ball. And
absolutely.
Jared Goff is not thinking. It feels like he's not even thinking. He's just balling.
And we're doing complex stuff to the point where I'm like, why are
Very.
we so let's settle this down, guys.
Mhm.
You got shifting and then he motions and then that guy and Goff's
And
like,
it's building on itself. Oh my
yes,
goodness, it is beautiful to watch.
100%. That's where I'm like, okay, because we did one play. I don't know when it was, but
Are you
it's a
talking about the
shift.
Brock Wright pass, and then the next time around is Jamal Williams running? Is that where you're going with this?
I don't remember because
Oh,
this one was a shift and then a motion and then
yeah,
all this stuff. I'm like, is this necessary? And it just, yeah, it was touchdown or whatever, and it just, that's the stuff that Goff is fully under control.
yeah,
And I think the whole team, and you can't, how could you not, the more you do something, the better you get at, the more that Ben Johnson's talking with him, the offense just, again, it's a lot of window dressing still. A lot of that stuff has to go right for us to do the things we
sure.
need to. But we know, hey, it's 3rd and 3. Those guys are like, I know I know what's coming here.
Yeah, but
I know what we're doing, and
they're
it's just
making
great.
the defense's eyes be in 2 places, and what I'm talking about is on the touchdown pass to Brock Wright. One of the 2. When he was lined
Mm,
up on the left side, he goes out in the flat. They throw a touchdown to him. So the very next time they get down into the red zone, same thing, same personnel, same play. He still runs out, takes the corner with him or the safety, and Jamal Williams runs in for a touchdown in the
yes,
same spot because he took the defender's eyes.
yes,
He took
I
his
know.
eyes because you have to account for him because he just scored a touchdown on it. And the last 6 touchdowns that are being thrown by the Lions have been to tight ends. So
Yes,
you
it's
have to account for it. And it is just a thing of beauty. It doesn't matter if it's TJ Hawkinson running the route or Brock Wright or Shane Zylstra because they're all catching it and they're all wide open. And so
it's
the defenders have to pay attention. It is beautiful.
yes,
It's
you're
so
so right.
nice.
That was a great play. Brisker, well, Brisker was you
Yeah,
just
Brisker. See ya.
Brisker, his eyes, yeah, I love it. It's just a great thing to see. We're 8-8. We never would have thought this. This is a dream season. We have to remember where we were a year ago when in 3
Can we
games.
promise, Chris, to remind each other if we lose to the Packers?
Yes.
Can we promise to remind each other 8-9? What would you have said at the beginning of the year at 8 and
Oh,
9?
I would think, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Because that's what, and then especially to start 1-6 and just think, well, shoot,
Mhm.
I don't know if any human can turn the Lions around in the history of time, and I
I
think we
know.
might never win. And now it's like, okay, all right, settle down. We're good. We're good. So yeah, let us know in the comments, Jared Goff. Were you always on the Jared Goff train, or was
Were
it like,
you? Yeah, good question.
I I think you and I both were never haters, but we were ready to be like, we got to change something. I'm going to go to the
Oh, yeah.
best, the
Oh,
the
yeah,
most
I
important position.
straddled that big time.
Yes. So
Yeah.
let us know in the comments your thoughts and make sure you subscribe. We'll see all of you on the next one.
See ya.